The Liebherr R916 Classic is a smaller excavator weighing around 25 tonnes. This model of it is in the colours of WK-Bau. It comes in a standard Liebherr box with just the model number being different to indicate that this is a limited edition, and only 300 have been made in this colour scheme. Inside the box there are the usual pair of expanded polystyrene trays, and on lifting the lid the model is protected by some soft paper to protect the paintwork. All that remains is then to carefully lift it out, and also in the box is a bag of small parts. And this is nice because it contains spares such as mirrors and track links, so if you do happen to break a more delicate part, at least you've got something to be able to fix it with. There's a little bit of packaging to remove from the model, including elastic bands off of the crawler tracks, and some masking tape from the bucket pins. But there's no assembly to do because this model is complete out of the box. Starting underneath, the detail is fairly simple, but the metal track pads are good. They're mounted on decent track frames which have no working rollers. The cab detailing is very good however, with metal grab rails and nice controls inside. The WK-Bau colour scheme is understated, but the graphics are nice and sharp. At the front there's some nice detailing of the hydraulics. Up on top, the paint highlighting adds to the detailed look. There are warning signs and discrete hydraulics on the boom and stick, and the bucket is a reasonably good metal casting. Out onto the Cranes Etc. test track, and we try the crawler tracks out to see how they roll, and they're too stiff to roll on a smooth surface because they're a little bit sticky. They are tensioned up with a spring-loaded idler, and that's needed to stop the track links springing apart. Here we are on a rough surface and oh, we've sprung a track. This can happen because all the track links are individually hooked together, and once you lose the tension all of the individual links can easily come apart. So here we've taken off the entire crawler track and we're just reassembling the links. It can be a bit fiddly though because the dimensions of the parts are small. Here's the entire crawler track laid out, so we'll now reattach it to the machine. And although this is straightforward in principle, it is a little bit tricky. And the reason for this is that you have to keep the tension in the crawler tracks as you move them. Otherwise the links will spring apart into individual pieces, and that can be frustrating and make you so angry that you punch your own head. Anyway, so far so good, and the track is now loosely resting on the track frame. And the final part of the operation is to reconnect the ends of the track. To do this you need to get them at right angles and then pull on the tracks so that the spring-loaded idler moves in, and then you can hook up the two pieces of track. That looks okay, so we'll just give it a little bit of movement to see that it is on correctly. And with a final bit of adjustment the crawler track is on. Anyway, where did we get to? Oh yes, we were testing it on a rough surface, and with a bit of pressure the crawler tracks will roll. Next up we'll look at the rotation of the body, and that's fine, it's really quite smooth and there's no rocking. And then we move on to the main digging functions. The movement of the boom, stick and bucket is all good, and the hydraulic cylinders have a good stiffness so they'll hold any pose that you want to set. Also, if you want to fold the machine up small to be a transport load, there's no problem with that. And if we switch on the anti-gravity mode, the machine floats up and we can dig underneath itself as if it wants to dig a trench. One nice feature on this model, and it should really apply to all excavator models, is that the bucket is removable. All it takes is to slide out the two steel pins, and then the bucket can be pulled off. Something else that can be pulled off is the ability to use the model as a transport load. And as if by magic, here comes a truck and trailer to take the R916 away. Now at this point we should lower the ramps and drive the excavator on. But hey, this is Cranes Etc, so we just use a giant hand crane to get the excavator on board. And I know you're all shouting bucket, so let's put the bucket on as well. This is another nice limited edition excavator model from NZG. As usual, it's well made with nice functionality and good detailing. This is a limited edition model, so it's collectible and it's easy to recommend.